Are you still looking for the valid study materials to prepare for VMware vSphere with Tanzu Specialist certification exam? We Killtest have updated VMware 5V0-23.20 test questions to help you pass the VMware vSphere with Tanzu Specialist 5V0-23.20 exam. The most recent and verified 5V0-23.20 exam questions and answers that have been verified by the VMware experts can really play an important role for you personally inside your 5V0-23.20 exam preparation. The updated VMware 5V0-23.20 test questions might help you in getting the VMware Certified Specialist vSphere with Tanzu 2022 certification inside the very first attempt. Question 1. How do Tanzu Kubemetes clusters communicate with storage policy-based management to request persistent volumes? A. Through a proxy VM. B. Directly with vCenter server and the underlying HAProxy hosts. C. Through the Supervisor Cluster. D. Directly with the vCenter server. Answer. A. Question 2. Which two functions are provided by the NSX container rug in NCP? Choose 2. A. Implements Kubernetes ingress with an NSXT Layer 7 load balancer. B. Integrates with container-based POS such as Docker. C. Creates an NSXT logical topology for a Kubernetes cluster and a separate logical network for each Kubernetes namespace. D. Configures overlay transport zones. E. Implements Kubernetes ingress with an NSXT Layer 4 load balancer. Answer. A. C. Question 3. Which process should be used to upgrade the vSphere with Tanzu Supervisor Cluster? A. Use the vSphere client, navigate to Workload Management, and apply updates. B. Use kubectl, and apply an update manifest specification to the Supervisor Cluster. C. Use the vSphere client, navigate to vSphere Lifecycle Manager, and apply updates. D. Allow vSphere with Tanzu Supervisor Cluster to upgrade automatically when new versions are available. Answer. C. Question 4. The network topology for a supervisor cluster deployed using the vSphere networking stack and a HAProxy load balancer is being planned. In addition to the control plane management IP range and services P range, how many non-overlapping P address ranges are needed? A. 3. B. 1. Circa 4. D. 2. Answer. B. Question 5. Where is a storage policy applied to enable persistent volumes? A. Namespace. B. Data store. C. Virtual machine. D. Cluster. Answer. D. Question 6. Which statement describes a characteristic of supervisor cluster control plane VMs? A. Manage the lifecycle of HAProxy hosts. B. Are manually created by a vSphere administrator. C. Host developer workloads. D. Run system and infrastructure pods. Answer. B. Question 7. What is the minimum number of virtual distributed port groups that must be configured on the vSphere distributed switch before enabling workload management using the vSphere networking stack and a HAProxyload balancer? A. 2. B 1 circa 4 D 3 Answer A. Question 8. Which role should the vSphere administrator apply for the developer? A. Assign the developer user with the can edit role at the vSphere namespace object. B. Assign the developer user with the vSphere Kubernetes manager role at the vSphere namespace object. C. Assign the developer user with the vSphere Kubernetes manager role at the cluster object. D. Assign the developer user with the can edit role at the cluster object. Answer A. Question 9. Where are the virtual machine images stored that are used to deploy Tanzu Kubernetes clusters? A. Content library. B. Supervisor Cluster. C. Harbor Image Registry. D. Namespace. Answer A. Question 10. The virtualization team supports many development teams on a supervisor cluster. For a specific development team, they would like to limit persistent volumes that can be created on Tanzu Kubernetes clusters to only an NFS-based storage array. Which action should be taken to accomplish this goal? A. Use kubectl to create a storage class in the supervisor cluster. B. Set a resource quota limiting the number of PVCs for that development team. C. Add a storage policy to that development team's supervisor namespace containing only the NFS data store. D. Disconnect non-NFS data stores from the ESXi hosts that make up the supervisor cluster. Answer B.